the lower and upper motor neurons. So let us see this upper and lower motor neurons. Lower motor neurons, they are alpha motor neurons. So lower motor neurons are nothing but the alpha motor neurons. In my previous classes, we have discussed about the function or how the alpha motor neuron, they stimulate the muscle for contraction. In reflex arc, when the sensory neurons synapse with the motor, that is alpha motor neuron, and stimulate the muscle contraction. So these are lower motor neuron, which cell bodies and dendrites are located in the CNS, but the axon comes out of the CNS as peripheral nerve and synapse with the extrafusal muscle. The cell bodies are located in the ventral horn or brain stem. So this alpha motor neuron, this alpha motor neuron, the cell bodies, they are present in the CNS, and dendrites, they will synapse with the neurons which is coming from the brain, or the alpha motor neurons or lower motor neurons, they may be coming from directly from the cranial, from the brain, like cranial nerve. So the cell bodies are located in the CNS, and axons comes out from the CNS. So the cell bodies are located, it may be located in the brain stem or the brain or the spinal cord. So here alpha motor neurons, they are directly intervening the extrafusal muscle, and it is also thoughts that gamma motor neuron, we have discussed in previous lecture, gamma motor neuron that stimulate the that has innervate the muscle spindle, gamma motor neuron. So higher center, the neurons coming from the brain, also they can control the gamma motor neuron, so that muscle spindles are stretched and then muscle contraction occurs. So alpha motor neurons are the lower motor neurons, and gamma motor neurons are also called sometimes lower motor neurons. So upper motor neurons of the CNS that influence the lower motor neuron, for example, corticospinal. So suppose, for example, this is forebrain, and this is the motor neuron which is originating from the cortex. It is coming all the way from the brain to the spinal cord and influence the lower motor neuron. This is the lower motor neuron and influence the lower motor neuron, and when the lower motor neurons or the alpha motor neurons are stimulated, they cause muscle contraction. So the motor neuron which is coming from the higher center, brain or brain stem or cortex, corticospinal tract, so and they can influence the lower motor neuron. Here in the forebrain also, direct from cortex, the upper motor neuron, they can innervate the lower motor neuron, alpha motor neuron, and it will come out from the cranial cavity and can influence the face of the muscle or the muscle in the eye. So these are also upper motor neuron, and then lower motor neuron. 2 is lower motor neuron. So upper motor neuron, the cell bodies and the dendrites and the axon, all are located within the CNS. So let us see the signs of lower motor neuron diseases. So we know that lower motor neuron means that can directly innervate the muscle fiber, extrafusal muscle fiber, alpha motor neuron. So if there is defect in the alpha motor neuron, even though there is the command from the higher center is coming by upper motor neuron, so the muscle will not contract, will not respond, because the lower motor neuron is not functioning. So even the command and the sensory systems are working properly, due to the damage of the alpha motor neuron, the muscle cannot contract. So we can see the paralysis. If this alpha motor neurons are damaged, then this muscle cannot take the this muscle will not contract or will not respond to the because the information is not coming from the alpha motor neuron. So you can see the paralysis of the muscle, even though the upper motor neurons are sending information. And secondly, this is you may see paralysis or incomplete paralysis. Sometimes we call it uh, paresis. Paresis means suppose this is only one motor neuron supplied to this muscle, and from other area of the spinal cord, some other alpha motor neuron may innervate this muscle. So even though this number one alpha motor neurons are damaged, so it is not sending information to this muscle, but from the other source. If other source, another alpha motor neuron, some fibers may innervate this muscle, and it may cause some contraction. So there may be incomplete contraction. So that is paresis. This kind of signs we can see when there is damage of lower motor neuron. And atrophy, the muscle will decrease, or because the alpha motor neurons are not working, so muscle will undergo atrophy. And loss of segmental and intersegmental reflexes. We have already talked about reflexes. So sensory neuron comes and they stimulate the alpha motor neuron, and accordingly muscle contract, extraphyseal muscle contract. So if the alpha motor neuron is not working or there is damage, so the loss of segmental or even the intersegmental, even though the motor neuron are stimulating the alpha motor neuron or lower motor neuron, the reflexes cannot be seen. So electromyographic changes. So abnormal electrical activity of the muscle can be observed on an electrogram. So this is some of the signs of lower motor neuron disease. Let us see the signs of upper motor neuron disease. So there will be inappropriate movement, circling gait, rigid or seizure. So we have talked about the upper motor neuron. If there is damage or if the brain, some area of the brain is damaged, so this upper motor neuron will not work properly. Even the sensory informations are sending properly, but because of the damage in the brain or this upper motor neuron is not working properly. So even though the sensory neurons are sending information and all the locomotion, posture, so everything, the higher center and the reflex are, it will control their movement, location and posture. So if there is problem in the upper motor neuron, even though the brain damage in some area, so this upper motor neuron will not be working properly. So there will be inappropriate movement. So proper muscle or some muscle have to be relaxed, some muscle have to be contract, or so that movement proprioceptors or the muscle for locomotion may not work properly due to the damage of the upper motor neuron. So you can see circular gait or inappropriate movement. Then no atrophy, because lower motor neuron is working properly. So the muscle, you cannot see decrease in size, or no, the muscle is, there is no atrophy, because segmental reflexes will continue. In sensory neuron will stimulate and synapse with the alpha motor neuron, and this segmental reflex stimulate the muscle. So segmental reflex will maintain, so retain but exaggerated segmental reflex. It means the segmental reflex will maintain, but we have seen the higher center also control the gamma motor neuron. If you can recall, gamma motor neuron, they stimulate the muscle spindle, and the muscle contraction continues. So the higher center also have some role to control the muscle contraction, muscle contraction with a limited contraction. It will not allow to contract above or beyond necessary. But due to the upper motor neuron control damage, that control will be lost. So muscle will be contract or exaggerated contraction. So upper motor neuron prevent the exaggeration of the reflex response by the releasing inhibitory neurotransmitter. Therefore, damage of upper motor neuron cause exaggeration of the reflex response. This is called hyperreflexia. So the reflex, the muscle will control beyond its necessary. So we can see hyperreflexia because the upper motor neuron is not working. So therefore, the hyper contraction or hyperreflexia will not be prevented. So, but because the lower motor neuron is working properly, only the damage in the upper motor neuron, so that we can find normal electromyography. So this is about the upper motor and lower motor neuron. So let us see this example. This content I have taken from the Cunningham textbook Veterinary Physiology. In previous lecture also I have taken the pictures from Cunningham textbook Veterinary Physiology. So let us see which of the following would not be considered an upper motor neuron. Bulbospinal motor neuron, corticospinal motor neuron, ventral horn alpha motor neuron of the spinal cord, corticobulbar motor neuron. Yes, this is ventral horn alpha motor neuron of the spinal cord. This is not an upper motor neuron. This is a lower motor neuron. It is coming from the ventral horn. So this is about the upper motor neuron and the lower motor neuron. Okay. Yeah, thank you.